Woods area, or even if it is global, we want to support classmates and support their projects and, celebrate their success. And so that's it for now. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy the ride, and have fun.
Also, first, before we turn it over to Stuart, a mea culpa. I forgot to hit go live when it hit 7 o'clock. So we are live now, but we weren't live. We missed the intro. I'm Dave San Marco. That right there is the architect, Diane Malice, who was the author of this idea. So I apologize. There was an opening video that we created for you. Sadly, you didn't get to see that, or me clapping or acting a fool at the beginning. But don't worry, there are at least 11 more episodes to happen within a 1-year span for you to experience that. Let me just turn it over to Stu Muir real quick to give your thoughts, sir.
My thoughts on this: I'm happy to be a part of it. Obviously, I am looking forward to hearing from all our classmates. Hopefully, many will come on to this podcast, share their experiences, their trials and tribulations of their high school career, their career in life, and it kind of go over why it's great for them, or good for them to come back to this point right now, to be part of the people that we grew up with and started our lives with. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I agree with everything that both of you said, and I'll speak a little bit more to my motivations after somebody else speaks. And I want to bring on the guest of honor at this point, and that is none other than our class president, Miss Maria Morabito. Miss President, please come on and tell us about your experience. There is Maria.
Hey, right where you left me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Did it to me again. I love it. Our class president for 1985, Maria Morabito. Maria.
Yeah.
Tell us, first of all, please, if you would, tell us what you think about your experience, how you feel about your experience at Hen Hud, going to be elected, basically running for class president, being elected. What kind of a formative experience do you think that was?
Dude, I was just having a good time. Really, I wasn't trying to break any barriers. Maybe I was trying to rib Bill Jesse a little bit because he wanted it. I was just out for a good time for sure. Sorry if it wasn't meaningful.
But you did a great job.
Well, thanks. That was some blood drive, wasn't it?
Hendrik Hudson overall.
Yeah.
Overall?
Maria, what was the voting like? How much did you win by? Do you remember?
No, but I think Bill wanted to contest the machines. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Look, guys, I taped a lollipop to everybody's locker. It worked.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure we posted some signs for you as well. But anyway, no.
Who did you run against anyway? Like, I don't even remember that.
Bill Jesse.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You said Bill, but I wasn't sure which Bill that was.
He said he needed it for his West Point college application.
Oh.
And I was like, well, too bad.
Well, that was very, very kind of you. Let me start off with that. But overall, if you were to describe, if you're to put in a sentence, you growing up in Verplanck, your upbringing, Hen Hud, or 2 sentences, how would you describe that?
2 sentences.
Make it 3. We'll give you 3.
Hen Hud was a lot of fun. A lot of nice people. And, Verplanck is home. I mean it. I'm still here where you left me at 247 8th Street.
Love
it's a great place to be. It's better than it was. And, it's all thriving, I think. Hen Hud's still rocking. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if we told you this, but we came up with a plan today to have on do a Hen Hud Now and Then episode where we would get 4 young folks, young adults from the high school, maybe 2 guys, 2 gals, with the help of Carissa's son, Gabe. Kind of like kids from diverse sections, maybe 1 athlete, 1 musician, maybe someone who's a partier, just 4 diverse personalities. and bring them on so that 4 of us could talk to 4 of them and sort of compare notes on what it was like to go to Hen Hud then and what it's like now. And I think of the years that I was at Hen Hud, it might sound biased, but I think ours was a great year, particularly because there wasn't an egregious amount of violence that sort of marked some of the earlier years in Hen Hud, and a lot of the parties seemed to have people from all these different groups, and there wasn't like necessarily one right group to be in.
Yeah.
So,
That's a really good point, Dave, because, as years went by, I remember my brother saying something to me about, if you live, west of 9. And I was like, what? I was like, we never thought of that. We just,
right.
We were all together, whether you were in Watch Hill, Verplanck, Montrose, Buchanan, we all sort of hung out together, and it was really a good thing. We had a big house, small house. We were all the same.
I think right now there's such diversity in our community that kids are more tolerant anyway. Growing up today, there is more tolerance and understanding.
No question.
Sure.
No question about it.
I mean, my daughter, who is 16, when I talk to her or when she talks to me about what's going on at school, whether it be kids who are from different countries or kids who are gay, or she's like, everyone's the same. She gets upset when people say bad things about them, and her friends are the same way. It's definitely a much more tolerant world. I mean, when we were in school, you have to admit, if somebody was if there was a male who was sort of feminine, that probably wouldn't have lasted very long before somebody came up to him and did something physical. But I think now, especially in schools like Arlington, where my kids went, there's organizations for kids who are in the LBG, communities. And so, yeah, it's definitely a lot better.
No question. I mean, the passage of time lends itself to that sort of evolution of people. The military, if I started getting into how the military's opened up for the LGBTQ community, facial hair is now allowed. Women are allowed to wear their hair down. That was not. So, definitely evolves. But I would say over the arc of the 4 years, of which I was only at Hen Hud for one part of 10th grade, all of 9th grade, and all of 12th grade, I can see an evolution in that period of time. But you know what? Before, because this is what we're talking about right now is going to be the subject of the entire show, and I'm getting ready to bring our classmates on to tell their stories. But before I do that, I want to talk about, obviously I'm so incredibly proud of Maria in being a leader as our class president, and she remains a leader in the community today. And the things that she's doing really align with anybody who has the value to help others that are less fortunate. And I think all of us can sort of sign up to something like that. So I'm going to put this up there right now, but I want to put up her, I'd like to put up Let It Shine online. Let me pull this up. This is going to be the first time I'm doing this. Everybody be patient with me. There it is.
Looks good.
All right, so Let It Shine online, and let me describe this for everybody. If you'll just give me a second. Oh boy, where's my Word document? I have this on. Oh, there it is. Okay, Let It Shine online by Maria and Casey Morabito. Gather love, give love. So that's something that I feel is really beautiful. Let It Shine Inc. is a volunteer-run nonprofit community created in March 2020 to gather love and give it away. The Market on the River and Let's Shine Again Thrift Boutique support the pantry and our mission to connect women to things and services they need. And there are 3 different places that are involved in what Maria and Casey's mission is, and that is the Lisa Thrift Boutique, 137 7th Street, Verplanck, the Market on the River, 45 Riverview Avenue in Verplanck, and the Pantry, which I believe is also on 7th Street, Maria?
It's in the same building as the thrift shop, yes, upstairs and downstairs.
12 to 4 p.m. on Fridays, if you'd like to go and enjoy some of the food that Maria and her volunteers have gathered. And right there, you can see the website. So would you like to talk about that for a minute, Maria, and then we'll bring on our classmates after that?
Sure. It was like, I don't know, December in 2019, my sister called me and said, hey, I think we should start a food pantry. And my sister calls me with crazy ideas all the time. And she's used to me saying, no, that's crazy. And this time I said, yes, absolutely. Being involved with the community and the local elementary school, I'm completely aware of the food inequities and problems. So we did it. And we were able to use the Mount Carmel Society that runs the Italian feast. They gave us space, and we're there for a while. I guess about a year. COVID happened, and they couldn't use their space, so we did. And as COVID got worse, we started doing trunk service. People would drive up, we'd fill their trunks with food, and off they go. And things just kind of grew from that. We started doing community events, and we were realizing people were in need of other things as well. We had several events that we called parking lot showers. A young lady that lost everything in an apartment fire. We called people and got things together and filled her car with sheets and towels and kitchen goods. And it just kind of grew. It grew with community input. In March 2020, we had a kickoff party for our foundation and became a not-for-profit. And 5 days later, the world closed with COVID. And since that time, the town of Cortland has given us a building on 7th Street. It used to be Town Hall. It was the water department. Then it was the Cortland Museum. I don't know if any of you ever checked that out, class trips and things. That building was vacant, and they let us have it for $1 a year, and we're doing good stuff. We're serving, I think, 80 families a week at the pantry. Our farmers market, the vendor fees from that, and proceeds from the thrift shop pay our food bill at the pantry.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And are you getting people just from the community, or is this kind of spreading out now? Are you getting people from Croton and Ossining donating?
We don't care where they're from. I would say predominantly we're town of Cortland, Tri-Village focused, but people come from all over. And if you have a need, we'll give you a hand.
I love it. I love it.
And
how do you advertise for that? Are you like in the high schools? Like how do people know about that? People that might be in need.
Facebook has been great, and the farmers market, which we started during COVID, to give people a place to go, because it was outside. So we've been able to hand out flyers and things like that. And really, it's been word of mouth. Mostly it's been word of mouth.
That's fantastic too. And I love the fact that, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who are, with the farmers market, and they're able to showcase their talents and, be at the market and the waterfront there. I just think that's great. And maybe at some point, Dave, we can get lists of, I think Maria has a list, and that might be great to put them up on the website so we can support them, because most of them will probably have an online business.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the banner up right now so that people can see it for Facebook, since she's saying that is a place that people have seemed to gravitate to.
Yeah, so that's the place. And our website right now, we're giving away prom dresses.
There it is right there.
There it is.
And Stuart would still take you up on that offer, by the way.
Yeah, we got a dress to fit you, Stu.
Okay. So
thank the Lord.
Yeah. Maria, I want to say to you that you being present in the community and serving so admirably as you are, and then there's people like me who live sort of far away, and we're thinking, what can I do for my community? The community that is very much responsible for where I am today. And so I thought about this today and said, you know what? Maybe this is what I can do. Just bringing voice to people in the community. We want to get Marissa McGuire on, the young lady who does the Hen Hud weather forecast. We want to get some of the high schoolers on that are on now, let them interact with us. I think we'd have a blast. Plus Mr. LaValle and Coach Natali and all these other folks, Bruce Fulgham. And so maybe this is a way that I can serve that is just a microcosm of what you're doing that actually in people's lives.
Awesome.
So that's what we'd like to do.
Yeah.
With that, my dear, let us bring on more of our classmates to sort of cycle through, and we're going to talk to them about their experience. So let's see who we've got here. Okay, got to scroll down. Oh, there we go. We have KQ. We have Audrey on the road. Yeah. And we have Paul
Audrey
Lackis.
always driving when the show is on? Where is she going? Is she an Uber driver? Is she part-time Uber? Is that what's going on?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, Audrey. So the move is we have a show and you drive to Pennsylvania, and we could just count on that schedule, right?
Well, last time I was in Connecticut. I was just on my way home from my parents. I'm actually outside my kids' dorm right now in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, lovely. Great place to
Spring
be.
break is over. We just deposited him. So I apologize for the terrible visual here.
All right, well, no worry. You look lovely as always. And if you would, and we'll cycle through the other classmates that we have here. But if you would, please tell. Oh, by the way, let me put the link for the show into the YouTube chat. Please tell us about your experience at Hen Hud, formative, what you think about it, and how that may have informed where you are today.
Well, I guess I was an FGL kid, Frankie Lindsay, and I guess I was just kind of a quiet and shy kid until probably around 10th grade or so. I guess maybe I got loud when I joined the cheerleading team.
Yeah!
Found my voice and got loud and got used to talking in front of people and became more comfortable. But I got to say, we all had our own little cliques and things, in high school. We all broke off and did that. But my Frankie Lindsay friends, they always stayed cordial, even though we didn't all hang out together all the time. I just felt like everybody was one big happy family. Mm-hmm. And it was a great experience growing up there in Montrose. I can't see who else has popped on there.
No doubt. So you have in with you right now. We have Karen Quinn. We have Paul Lackis, my brother from Furnace Woods. We have Merle, and of course we have El Presidente Maria Morabito.
Madam President, I'm so proud of you and everything you're doing for the community.
Thank you. Thanks.
That's wonderful.
And just also, besides this big and non that Maria and C have on, and by Morabito is really the voice of Hen Hud, because she really truly is WLNA. Maria also is involved in the Verplanck Residents Association. She is the VP for that, as well as she's very much involved with the feast. As you know, Maria has the landing pad there, right? I mean, everyone went to Maria's house during the feast. You always felt special. And so they're on their 100th anniversary this year. Can you believe that? 100 years of the feast. Maybe we need to organize a class reunion and get back there for that. I think that would be amazing. So Maria, is there anything special that they're doing for the feast this year? Anything different they're adding? Extra fireworks?
Actually, we're running for a full week. We're going Sunday to Sunday this year.
Oh, wow.
For the 100th, and there will be, I'm told, 2, possibly 3 firework nights.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. Our first 3 nights are really going to be family oriented. There'll be outdoor movies, and we do the big tarantella every night. We're having food trucks this year.
Nice.
It's going to be nice. Come on by.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
I
don't mean to interrupt you. We do have a whole bunch of people that are sitting backstage waiting to get in. But what we will do, Maria, is leading up to that event a month before or the month of, we'll make sure before that event we'll have a whole thing where we'll talk about the feast and so on, when it's about to happen.
That sounds great.
But right now we have several people on screen and backstage that haven't got to speak yet. First of all, let's say hello to everybody in the chat now. I believe Karissa and Tom Bell are backstage.
Hey.
Hello, T-Bell. Hello, Karissa. And Karissa's smiling, so I know she heard me. T-Bell saying, "Give me a basketball." There you go. And let's say hi to everybody in the chat. So right now in the YouTube chat, everyone that's on screen should be able to see. If you click, it'll say private chat or comments. Comments is YouTube. And right now, hello, Karen O'Neill. Karen Newman, I haven't seen you since graduation. I want you on this stream. I'm willing to wait. Hello, Ors. How are you, love? I got to speak with you today, which was awesome. Paisan, hey. And hey, how you doing? And then...
your Scottish accent's better than that, for God's sakes.
You tell him, Stuart. You tell him.
If you keep complimenting me like this, my head is just going to get out of control. And I want to say hello to the one, the only, my homie, the one who's always going to keep it real with me. That is Trisha Cole. What's up, homegirl?
Hey, Trish.
Yeah, she can't wave right now. But this is her. There's Trisha Cole. All right. So hopefully she's
There's Trisha Cole. My goodness.
Yeah, hopefully she's going to join. I don't know if it's an issue that, she's getting her hair done. I don't have any hair, so just think of it that way. But anyway, let's move on to Paul. No, actually, Karen Quinn is right next to Audrey, and then we'll get to Paul. Karen.
Hey.
KQ, what's
everybody?
Up? One love.
Doing good.
I'm sorry, Trisha Cole's using my saying against me. I'm still shy. She said one love. Karen Quinn, my homegirl, with that beautiful Labrador retriever that we're getting to see instead of your beautiful face. What's going down, man? Tell us about your experience at Hendrick Hudson and how that may have informed your sort of later life, if you will.
Oh, gosh.
Other than Stuart. Stuart aside, if he just... Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Stewie. I like Audrey. I went to Frank J. And, it is something, and it's like you just keep these friends forever. It doesn't matter how long, the last time you talk to them. Because, like, right now, I haven't seen Morbido since... Were you at our 30th reunion? I might not have seen you since our 10th.
I don't know.
No, you were at the... Yeah, you were at the...
I don't remember.
I truly don't know.
Yeah, I think it was the 30th, but it's like I still feel as if I could just pick up right there. In high school, I was not concerned about my grades so much. It was all about my friends, and that, I don't know what else to say. It was just, I love this idea of getting everyone back together this way.
Yeah, I mean, Dave and I were talking at one point, and we were saying, there's a lot of times, you have the reunions, every 10 years, if we're lucky, right? And sometimes you don't really get to talk to everybody at those particular events. And I know Maria and I, we didn't get to talk at the last one. I remember we tried. You remember we were like, and the night just flew by.
We did keep missing each other.
I know. And Maria's very dear to me, as you all are. I met her when I was in 7th grade. She was a St. Pat's kid. Yeah. And I knew Kelly Martin through Chris Krothanasis, who lived right across the street from her. So I got to know her, Chris Cothran, all those, Danny Jackson and Stephen Lewis, Kim Lewis, all those great St. Pat kids. So I got to know them before high school, which was great. And like I said, and then you guys, all our FGL friends, it's just so cool how we all, can just pick up right where we left off, right? We're on here. We're just like, hey, it's great to see you. It's great to talk to you.
There must be something special about this place because we're the only class that has a YouTube channel. We're the only class that does all these get-together. There's something very special about Hen Hud, and I have the benefit of being, I work for the Air Force, and I get to meet people from literally all over the country, literally. And the amount of people I talk to that are close to their high school class is pretty much zero. And they're like, what? Or they kind of will make fun or whatever. And I just don't get that at all because I'm like, man, I love my high school class. I can't wait to. I told Diane, I'm going to have on the former director of the UFO program at the Pentagon. I'm more nervous to be on with you guys than him. So, all right. So I'm going to do a read right now, and then we're going to get to my brother from Furnace Woods, Paul Lackus, who I'm extremely gratified has rejoined us. Even though he graduated from Kennedy, he remains one of us and part of our class. And before I get to him, though, I want to do a commercial read. We're going to be promoting local businesses on this channel because we love our hometown. And so I'm going to do one right now for Dolly's Travel. And let me see if I can get that up on the stream. And there it is, Dolly's Travel. And, okay, so this is a Darlene Parks Medeiros. Let me go ahead and read her. Read it. So Dolly's Travel is owned by the class of 1980's own Darlene Parks Medeiros. Darlene started this home-based travel business 1 year ago. She can do any kind of travel, hotels, all-inclusives, train trips, cruises, car rental, and destination weddings, group sales, etc. She would love to hear from anybody who is wanting to travel. Her services are free. Her commission is automatically built into the prices of the travel, and you'd be helping a small business. If you find a better price for your travel than Darlene, apples to apples, she will match it. And I'm going to put up her banner really quick because she is really smart and uses Facebook to advertise her business. And there it is right there, facebook.com/Dolly's Travel. That's where you can find her, Darlene Parks, if you knew her at Hen Hud Medeiros. She lives in upstate New York now, but she remains part of the Montrose, Buchanan, Verplanck community. Thank you, Darlene. It was a pleasure to meet you. And check out Dolly's Travel if you want to go and get your travel on. Now, let's get to my brother, the man who's got more Greek olive oil in his beard than I got in the cupboard. And you know who I'm talking about, Stu's homie, Al Cress's homie.
Great Al Cress. There's a blast.
Al Cress. Where is Al Cress?
Put your hands together for Paul Lackus.
Woo!
Al Cress lives in Florida now.
Yeah.
He does.
Okay.
Wow.
He actually just got married.
Hey, Al, how you doing?
Wow.
Hey, sausage on a roll.
There you go. I wanted to tell the
Take that,
previous-
Stuart. Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
fantastic.
I don't know her
fantastic.
name, but she's. I have 2 prom dresses for her.
Oh, for Maria?
Don't
me?
ask why. I have 2 prom dresses. Nobody asked why. Just know that I have 2 prom dresses,
I would love your prom dress.
and they don't fit me.
So would
don't
Stuart.
worry about it.
Bring
You know,
them to me.
I am going to ask my friends who have daughters that obviously are not in high school any longer if they have their prom dresses, if they're willing to donate them. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
No, I gotta get rid of them.
LetItShineOnline.com, baby. Hook up. Talk to my
I'm gonna.
homegirl,
I'm
Casey
gonna
and
bring
Maria
him this week.
Morbido.
Hit me
Don't
up.
talk over me, Lackus. What's wrong with you? All right,
Respect the host.
Paul Lackus. Go ahead, brother. Let me hear from you, brother.
Oh, what? No, I'm. What do you want me just to talk about? What I do? I'm an IT guy. I do small businesses and I do personal IT stuff. And
So how does this all look to you, Paul? Does it look good or what?
no, it looks awesome.
Yeah. Good.
No, I'm
Just
glad
wanted
you
to-
guys did it because everyone else is doing Zoom, and there's something else
Yeah.
for me to learn.
Right.
So when people come to me and say stuff, because they expect me to know everything about IT, from doing your camera system in your house to your stereo to your TV, all the way to computers and servers.
Paul, were you at Al's wedding?
No, he just got married. It's his second marriage, actually, but he got married on 2/22/22.
Hey, who's
Cool.
counting though? Who's
At-
counting? You
at
get as many times as you
2:22.
need.
God, I
I
haven't
guess,
seen
and I
him
found
in
out somebody else
years.
I know did the same thing. I guess a lot of people
It's
got
a
married.
very
on
popular thing
2/22.
to do, yeah.
It really is, man. It really
Because you
is.
know
I've done
why?
it twice.
Because the older you get, the more you forget. So people are like, "Great."
That might
Did
be
you
a
ever
good one to
meet those people?
remember.
Like, yeah, what was that year I got married? You know,
When did we
You know
get
what's
married?
funny?
can't
I
remember.
have-
I
the
got married
only-
in 2000, so it's easy to remember.
The only reason I remember my wedding anniversary is because we have a fruit bowl in the kitchen with a date on it. So
Wow.
it's there in front of me all the time.
There you go.
You know, I have never forgotten my wedding anniversary. Okay, that's not really true. I've actually gotten in trouble a couple times, but that's beside the point. Paul, every one of these events, I've said this ad nauseum, but every one of these events that we have back home, you show up and you participate. You're such a gentleman. You drive people home because of the fact that you don't drink. And, we're, like I
I'm an
said,
example. He's done it for me twice.
and many, Christine, I don't know, Jill, they could say how many nights they've been driven home by Paul Lackus.
I pick them up too.
But yeah, I forgot you pick us up too. But I just want to say that although you graduated from Kennedy, it's an honor to have you as part of our class. So thank you.
Well, I missed you guys, man. It's amazing. It was like so long ago, but it's like the lady said right before us that you get back together, and it's like you never were apart.
That was Karen Quinn, yes, and you'll
Yes.
get to see her at the next get together because she finna come down.
All right.
All right.
So who is
When is it
in the
this
car
summer, in
more?
August?
Well, what's that?
Audrey
Or Paul? Who's in the car more?
Oh,
I tell you what, right now I'm gonna say Audrey, but Paul, my man, he's done some work. He has been Johnny on the spot for our class for the last 4 years, literally. But what we got to do is we got to take some people off screen. Let me see who we got to get on here. Let me see how many people I can get on the stream at once. We have okay. Merle has got an issue. Let me see if I can get T-Bell and Karissa on.
She has an
Yes!
issue all the time.
Yes. All right, so I don't know if we've maxed it out, but we got 9 people on screen. Hello, Tom Bell. How are you, sir?
This is like being on the Brady Bunch.
It is.
It
is.
This is awesome.
Who's in the middle? Is that Greg? I don't know. Hey, and the Hall of Famer, Karissa Charles. My swim buddy. Guess
Karissa,
who's
you're on
swimming
mute.
with me across the river, baby? Yeah, we talking about her right down there. I'm going to
That's
point.
it.
There you go. I'm pointing at you.
I want to say hi to my cousin Maria.
Hey,
What's up?
Look at these two
it's a family
paisages. How
show.
you doing, Maria? Huh? What's happening?
Hey, Diane.
hi, good to
How's
see
it
you.
going?
You look beautiful.
You look awesome too. Hey,
Yeah.
so
Dave's got you swimming
Karen.
across the river.
yeah, we're trying to find a clean spot to swim. So I don't
Good
know.
luck.
The whole thing is clean. It's good. We're good. We're
I
good.
don't believe it, but
We are throwing caution to the wind.
That'll be
yeah,
great.
it's
That'll
gonna
be
be
great.
fun.
I
We're
remember
having,
you being an
we're having an
awesome.
escort, right,
I
Jody?
remember. Oh yeah, Jody Carroll, right?
Oh,
He's always
excellent.
the escort.
Yeah.
Yep, Jody's going to escort us. I think we're going to do the route we did last time. The route from Stony Point was about a 1.4, and I think that'll be just about right, and
That's
we'll
enough.
knock it out in about 45 minutes.
That's enough.
So, yeah.
45
Okay.
minutes. That's what it takes.
Probably.
That takes you.
Well,
so
I mean,
I will tell you this. I'm gonna go back in time here. I'm
surely.
gonna tell an old story. So my parents, my mother grew up on the Point. She was born on 7th Street. My brother was born on 6th Street. My grandparents lived up top of Steamboat Dock. There used to be a tavern there, and my aunt and uncle owned that. So my uncle, you might know Sherry, Joyce, Lise Lent. Their dad, Bubby Lent, God rest him, he's not there. When he was a young lad, around 14, he took off from Steamboat Dock, swam across the Stony Point, and came all the way back.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's impressive.
I know, because that's a strong current there.
It is.
You know,
That's a tough spot because it's going
Yeah.
around that corner.
right.
I can tell you that of all the swims that I've done since COVID, which basically I started, let's say with that March or April, whenever everything sort of shut down is when I began swimming. There's nowhere that I've swam faster than the Hudson. And I know the jokes are coming about the fear and nuclear fallout and all that in Indian Point. Has nothing to do with that. I know, Audrey. I know where you're going, but there's something about it. I get in that river, I see Jody's boat, and I'm just on. And I was training a little bit. I didn't get a whole lot of training because I got hurt. I sliced my arm open on a boat propeller doing open water swimming. And when I got in the Hudson with Jody, man, I just beat feet across there. And I don't remember when I've swam that far that fast. But it doesn't matter because Karissa and I, and perhaps Jen Googleman or Amanda Googleman, one of them I think is supposed to swim. We're just going to go with the pace we're all going. And whatever that pace is, that's, as they're saying yoga, that's the right pace. So
Jennifer's
Paige.
a world-class swimmer, for God's sakes. How
I
you
know.
gonna keep
She's
up with
going to
her?
have to slow it down,
Going to
baby.
the Olympics any minute now.
Yeah,
amazing.
I mean, she's going to have to slow it down.
Oh,
Or
draft
she'll swim
behind
past Jody's boat, Jody will be like, hey, he'll be with the air horn. So anyway, so there is, or saying hello to KQ. And apparently Trish says she's shy. Is there anybody here that knows Trisha Cole to be shy? Anyone?
Nope.
Come
Okay.
on,
Nope.
Trish.
Trisha, we do not recognize that person of which you speak. All right. So as long as Karissa was talking and ladies go first, Let's get her story, and then we'll go to the legendary basketball coach, the John Wooden of Hen Hud, Tom Bell. But before we do that, let's go to Karissa Charles, homegirl.
Hey.
Tell us about your journey at Hen Hud, if you would, how it may have informed you. As we were talking about yesterday on the phone, you almost literally live in the shadow of the school if the sun were at the right angle.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, it's kind of interesting because my sisters are older, 7 and 9 years. So whenever they had sporting practice for softball or field hockey or volleyball, basketball, they would sneak down to Frank G and sign me out of school, and I would just go to practice with them. So, my mom was at work and my dad had passed away, so they kind of needed a babysitter. So they were like, all right, they would just go down and sign me out. After a while, the teachers were getting a little annoyed, but I had fun. And then, just being with that group was class of 79 and class of 81. And they just, welcomed me. But then they would kind of include me in practices, say with softball, a little bit here and there. So you really had to learn quickly. So I think that helped my skill set. Mm-hmm. And I played with Diane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah!
That was great. I mean, Diane and I grew up together.
Yeah, we did, right? We used to hang out and play with the Kelly next door.
Yes.
And her older sisters, Dina and Pammy, they were amazing athletes. Amazing.
They were good. Yeah, they were good athletes. But we had Pete Kelly Sr. lived next door. So after my dad passed away, the Kellys had 4 kids. But then all of a sudden, they also had 3 girls. So they would include, there was like 7 of us always playing sports at the Kelly house. So it really was pretty natural, when you have somebody like that teaching you how to do skills.
Awesome. Does your family still own that house too, Karissa?
They moved. They're in, let me see. They're kind of out towards Furnace Woods now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I still see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then swimming was just a natural thing. I that's another thing with the Karathanasis family. Mm-hmm. I swam with a lot of, it was the Cortland swim team. And they just welcomed everybody. And you weren't with your age group, you were with whatever level you could swim at. So I met so many people of different ages, and everybody was really cool and welcoming.
Right.
So that's, when you get to Hen Hud and you're already with sports, people welcome you in. And it was just, it's the best experience. My son is a senior now at Hen Hud. We moved back home.
Is he a swimmer?
He was, but he's a baseball player, and he does track. And my daughter graduated from Hen Hud 2 years ago too.
That's awesome.
West Point, baby.
Yep,
she's a cadet.
And that's great.
And hopefully, God willing, Gabe ends up at the Air Force Academy. I pray for this.
That's what I'm praying for.
But Karissa's son Gabe, I had an opportunity to meet him last time I was home. I actually got to have an impromptu meal over at Karissa's house where she offered me some pasta, and I denied to use the microwave. I just ate it cold. But what a warm and wonderful hostess you were. Your son is such a gentleman. His girlfriend came down. I got to meet both of them. And Gabe is going to get us, and I feel he'll be successful, 4 Hen Hudders. We're looking for 2 guys, 2 gals, different sets within the school, different cliques, so that we can have a here and now. And we are going to have so much fun talking to these hen. Everybody better get your Hen Hud shirt and wear it that night. And we're all going to be in Hen Hud blue. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, I think you guys will enjoy it because it's interesting. And I agree with what you all were saying with diversity now. Mm-hmm. It's so much better than, when we were that age. Everybody's inclusive, and the community's changed a lot and for the better. And I think you like meeting all the kids that are in Hen Hud now.
I am going to have so much fun. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm going to be cracking beers and doing stuff like that we shouldn't do. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to make sure I have some beer. Let's go into the coach, Tom Bell. Tom Bell just left New Paltz, SUNY New Paltz, where he was assistant head coach. And decided that he was kind of like Michael Corleone, who thought that he was out of the mafiosa, and as soon as I try to get out, they pulled me back in, and now he's coaching assistant at high school again. Hi, Tom. How are you, brother?
Good. Great to see everybody. And Dave, you're the glue, man. None of us would be here if it wasn't for you doing this. I think it's awesome.
Nah, No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's true.
You know that the girl
true.
that's that's up above you right now, Diane. This golden voice, Diane. I could listen to you read the instructions on how to use a vacuum cleaner.
Maybe it was smoking all those
I love
years.
it.
I don't smoke. I haven't smoked in like 20-something years, but I don't
Stu,
know. That's it.
Stu, about 8 or 9 months ago, I got a call from Dave, and I don't even know how you got my number, Dave, but we had the greatest talk.
He's like magic with that. It's
Yeah,
like weird. Like he's like texting me. He's like, "Oh, I talked to this person." I'm like, "How did you get their number?"
Yeah, Dave, I don't know how that happened, but anyway, we had the greatest talk. I was in South Carolina visiting my wife, and I was out for a walk. And Dave, I think we talked for like almost 2 hours, hour and a half, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was about an hour and a half.
And just kind of lured me back in. But no, very similar to what Dina just said. I was in elementary school. My brother John was playing football and basketball at Hen Hud. And Coach Anna Carico and Coach Aarons would let this elementary school kid, me, just hang around the locker rooms and hang around practice. And I knew at that age, like, I wanted to be a coach. Those guys would give like the best pregame speeches, and they would just let me hang around. And, by the time I got to middle school and high school, everybody knew me because my family was so darn big. But it was just a great place to grow up. And like you said, everybody's so welcoming there. High school, for me, honestly, 9th and 10th grade wasn't that great. Mm-hmm. It wasn't really until 11th grade I kind of started really enjoying myself more and stuff. And somebody mentioned grades. I struggled, man. I struggled in school. I think part of it was having some older parents that had no idea what algebra was. And, I really struggled in school. And I think that's what killed me in 9th and 10th grade. It wasn't until 11th and 12th grade when I started doing a little bit better that I started, socializing more and all that. But just a great place. And, I have a niece and nephew that are there. I actually have 2 nieces and a nephew that are there now at Hen Hud. And from what I understand, they're having a great experience. I've gotten to see them play their athletics when they come up to Dutchess County. So, just a great community.
Oh, we just got somebody back in. Maria's back. Hello, Maria. Madam President. Yes, Madam President is back. Yes, I agree with you, Tom.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
We're happy to have you back, love. But I'm not going.
Like, where did that come from?
Talking like Stuart?
Yeah. Oh,
no. I thought that was Liverpool. Wasn't that a Liverpool accent?
I don't know if it was Liverpool, do I? No, I know. I got to channel the Beatles to do that, and I was listening to the Beatles prior to you guys coming on, but I really needed to prepare for my favorite accent in all of the UK, other than Scotland, of course, is the Scouse. The Scouse accent from Liverpool. Stu's well familiar. Anyway, Sherlock Holmes, a lot of people think he was British. If you look up, Tom, you'll see that he's actually Greek. Check out Paul Lackas over there. Dr. Holmes, what are you doing? So anyway, Tom, thank you for saying that. We did have a great conversation. I told a little bit about my story. I'm not going to do that now. I will do it on a future episode, but needless to say that I really owe a lot to you guys, and I'll get into that in detail on a future episode. For now, one of the things that Diane and I came up with that we wanted to ask you guys that's going to challenge you a little bit. So, Maria, get ready, okay? She's on mute. Okay, so Diane, you said the one. There you go. I'm ready. I'm leaving. Okay, Dave.
I'm done.
Yeah, toodles. All right. So, Diane, you mentioned a question that if there were a Hen Hudder, Tricia Cole, get in here. Paige, Mila, get in here, Mila. So anyway, I'd love to have you guys come in, or I'd like to have all 3 you got. Get in here. Anyway, Diane, you said what it would be a person from Hen Hud. I can't say present because, we don't know anybody that's there presently. For Karissa, it would be having coffee with her son. But who would you want to have coffee with, sit down and have a coffee chat with from Hen Hud history? Apparently, Merle's having issues. I'm getting booted off. All right. I may have to do an IT call with Merle, but if you would please, I'll go on mute. If you would please, Diane, talk about who you would want to have coffee with, my friend.
Who I would want to have coffee with? I was the one generating this question.
Oh, you got to answer.
I wasn't prepared to answer.
I am. I'm prepared. Go ahead, though.
No, actually, who would I think? Who would I want to? You see, you beat me to that. No, actually, I would probably say that I would really love to visit Coach Anna Carrico again. He was so great to me. He was my 10th and 9th and 10th softball coach, and he is actually the one who gave me the nickname Crash. So the generation, the class of '83 ahead of me, like they see me and they call me Crash. And part of it was because I was just crazy in the outfield, and I just dove, and I was like all over the place. So I really, I think I was athletic. I loved athletics. I loved Coach A. He was such an inspiration. He just was so great. And Coach Natali too. I mean, those guys were so dear to me. They knew my family. They gave my family business. It was like it was a lovely thing. So I would love to sit down and just pick their brain, see their thoughts on life right now. Maybe what they think of what's going on in the world compared to generations prior. I think that would be great. Oh, is that my up? Or is that someone's microwave? So anyway, I'm going to throw that question to Maria.
All right, hang on. Before we go, before Maria goes, I got to do another commercial read, and then we're gonna have to say goodbye to people because we can't get more people, I don't think, into the studio. I just try to add Miller, and all right. So let's, Audrey, we're gonna say goodbye to you.
Pop me off.
All right, love. And
you can pop me off too.
KQ. Thank you for hanging out, homegirl.
So,
I gotta get back to Connecticut.
So when you kick us out, can we still listen, or do I?
Yeah, I'll see if I could just
in the waiting room.
I think I could put you backstage, or you can watch it on YouTube, one or the other. Okay. Just because I don't think I can get Paige and Maria back in. I try to put in 10. I don't think it'll let me have more than 9.
Yeah, no, Bill. Yes.
I'm gonna head out too, Dave. I have to cook dinner.
All right.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Great
Bye,
to
Karissa.
see you.
Love you. Love you,
Bye, guys.
Audrey.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you,
Good to see
KQ
you guys.
and Audrey.
Can I just say
Bye,
one
loves.
more thing before you kick me out?
Of course you can.
See this pretty little puppy in my screenshot here?
I do.
This is Diamond. She's my foster puppy. So if anybody's looking for a beautiful little 6-month-old lab mix puppy, she's adorable.
Where do you live?
I live in New Windsor.
Connecticut?
England. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
No, New Windsor, New York, in Orange County.
Okay. All right. We're in the market for a doggy, but I don't know what we're going to get yet. Maybe smaller. We had labs. We love labs.
Love my
Labs are the
labs.
best.
Yeah, she's a mix with something, so she's tiny. All right, I don't want to hold anybody up. Just trying to pimp out my foster pup. We already have 4, and it's enough.
Thank
That's
you,
it.
beautiful. Contact Karen Quinn Kloss if you would like to adopt a beautiful lab puppy like my
Stewie,
Athena.
you only have 2 dogs, and they're old. What about a nice little puppy to shake things up?
Well, I have to wait for one of them to die because we're a 2-dog family. So
Stuart, nothing warms my heart more than hearing that. Let me mute you. Karen, love you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, love. Bye-bye. Okay. All right, let me get some more people in here. Okay, let's get Maria back. And what happened to Paige? All right, now that I kick people out, Miller's not here.
How dare she?
Miller! Come back in, Miller. We'll get you on. So, all right. So we wait. Is Miller? No, that's Maria. Yeah. So we kick people out to get Miller in. Now Miller's not here.
And Lacus is back.
And we got Lacus back in. Lacus took one for the team because he's just that kind of awesome.
I wish Paul would just relax for just 1 second. He's like way too hyper.
Yeah.
And look, he just doesn't seem like he's comfortable in any way at all.
Paul, could you calm down, please?
Please.
Right. Yeah.
You're making me edgy.
All right. First of all, okay, Trisha. Okay, Trisha says one love, and or I don't know if anybody's still in the chat or if they've left, but I would love to get them on. Miller, I'd like to get you on. I just had to get people out of there for that. So we're going back to the question of who you would want to have a coffee with from Hen Hud history. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let Stuart go. Go ahead, Stu.
That's such an interesting question, Dave. Are you talking about like somebody who graduated before us, or just somebody we knew?
It could be anybody.
Anyone you knew, yeah.
Really? Okay. You know what? Probably because I got here in the 7th grade, and I used to live at Patricia Gardens. Probably the people I hung out with there, I would want to just see how they're doing now. Like Pat McAlpin, I think was it Mike McAlpin, the McAlpin brothers. I don't know if anybody remembers those guys, but then, yeah, just to see how they're doing after, since they were basically the first people I met when I moved here.
That's cool.
I want to do a commercial read really quick, and then we can get back to Paul. We can get to Tom, and I'll do myself. I believe while I was on the phone, Diane said Coach Anna Carrico, but let me get my next one up, which is Cole's Market. So let me get that. Let me get that going on. Hang on a second. Where's my JPEGs?
She's got to come on now.
There it is. Okay. All right, and for our brand, just a second. You would think this is easy, but it really isn't. Oh no, here it is. This is where it is. It's here, my slides, and here is Cole's Market, baby. How do you like me now? Yes. All right, there it is. There's Cole's Market, and my read is. Where's my read? Sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay. Cole's Market. It's a family tradition. We are a third-generation family business operating in Montrose for over 100 years, providing the community with the freshest seafood, meats, and produce, as well as an extensive array of gourmet groceries. We are one of Westchester's last markets to have butchers on site. Our hours are Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is the business of our classmate, the lovely and talented and beautiful Trisha Cole, and her brother Tommy Cole. And I'll tell you what, I love it. It is my spot now. It's the Paradise and Cole's. That's where I want to go when I come home. Thank you, Trisha, for keeping this place relevant after 100 years. It's amazing. I hope to have a really good disguise agenda up for next time I come there to Cole's. Now, Trisha says she just got booted from YouTube. Oh, my goodness. Thank Trisha. This is great. Okay. But, yes, Stuart and I have can I still hear in posto? All right, let me see if I can get Trisha in there okay. Trisha, Merle seems upset. All right, let me see if Trisha's going to join us.
I am a former employee of Cole's Market. Did anybody else work there?
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Gee, did you get fired? No, I shouldn't ask that.
No, I worked there between my junior and senior year in high school.
Okay, where is Trisha? Trisha's looking like she's trying to get in. Oh, there's Miller and Diane. How do we lose Diane?
How'd you lose the host?
There was important things that had to happen.
Okay.
So.
All you need to do is put camera off. If you need to go to the bathroom, anybody, you go to mute and stop cam, and then nobody will hear or see you until you come back.
Well, I just wanted to share a room if someone else wanted to get on. I was trying to be polite.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me see let's see if Trisha's back. Oh, there's Karen.
Hey, Paige.
Okay, so yeah.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, and Paige Miller.
You're like, it's so good to see all of you and your faces.
It is wonderful to see you.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing great. We were doing the Cole's Market read. The ad. We have one more ad to do for Paradise Restaurant that we'll do before we close the show. Which, by the way, so now here's to give you an example. You feel like there's still meat on the bone, Diane, and we're already at 1 hour. In 1 minute, we're at 59 minutes.
Yeah.
So it goes really, really quick, man.
It does go quick.
Yeah, it really does. Paige, tell us about, if you would, tell us about your experience at Hen Hud and how maybe that was formative and how that may have informed where you're at today. Anything along those lines, please.
Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, high school was a lot of fun for me. I've made lifelong friends, it's so good to see you guys. And Tommy, I hope to see you at our next get together.
I'm gonna try.
But yeah, like you guys were mentioning the swim team before. I totally forgot how fun that was. And to be honest with you, the only reason why I went on the swim team in the first place is because you didn't have to try out, and because I really wasn't the best athlete. So, but that turned out to be a great experience, and yeah, it was just good 4 years. I can't say much more.
It really great partying, lots of friends, and an environment to be able to explore and express yourself without really too much reservation for that period of time. I think was definite. I was able to be me and be accepted as me. I didn't have to try to be somebody else to fit in, and that is powerful, because I think probably there were some earlier classes at the school where you had to try to fit into something fairly specific, particularly if you were a guy, or you could find yourself in some trouble. So yeah, I think we had yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I think you're right. I think there was the experience to have a lot of different types of friends. Like, I feel like I was friendly with a lot of different groups of people in high school.
Yeah, our parties look like that. It
so
was a
I was
mosaic.
very happy, and it was good. It was good. So,
and
I wanted to say thank you for doing all this. So, because it's great to connect with everybody. I'm not on social media at all, so this is a lot of fun.
Thank you for making our
no
logo.
Facebook for me.
Well, only when your sister posts or your
pleasure.
brother posts your pictures.
Yes, that is true.
You're not missing a thing by not being on social media. The only real value of it, I mean, as long as you just use it for these very specific things, it's wonderful, and I wouldn't have found the Hen Hud weather forecaster, Marissa McGuire, that we're definitely going to have on were it not for social media. So there are some benefits, but you just have to take the sliver of it that serves you, and then just don't even look at the rest, because it's without value. If there were a person,
I just have to give a shout out to Lucy. Happy sweet 16. I heard it's her 16th birthday.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's 16.
I'm like,
That's
know,
great.
right? It was funny. I'm just going to tell this. I was just cleaning out some cabinet space, and I saved all these cards, and I had the card Jill and Christine gave me for the baby shower. I was like cracking up. Remember, you guys drove down here? It was like crazy. They drank for like 12 hours, and I couldn't even drink.
I love
we had so much fun in Annapolis because we came the day before. You didn't even know, and we were like downtown, hanging out, partying, meeting all the sailors. It was great.
It's great. Yeah. So, oh my God, such a fun time. But thank you. I'll let her know that. That's sweet of you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I love it. I appreciate you telling that, because there are some really legendary partiers at Hen Hud in Paige Miller. You're looking at one, Christine Karafinasis, who's not here. You're looking at another, and Jill Corey. You're looking at still one more. And let me tell you, when these girls start to party, it's like bow, because you're probably not going to hang with them. You're probably going to pass out. Love you guys. If there was a person, Paige, from the history of the school, be that an administrator, a teacher, a student, an elder statesman in the school, or someone in a younger grade than yours, who would you want to have a coffee with and talk to?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Because there's not many teachers that I can remember connecting with, but I have to say, I know because there was a little chat about Mr. Kelleher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun to reconnect with him.
Oh my God, I had him too. What a trip.
Oh my God. And he would send me to detention, at least once a week for talking in his class.
Probably wasn't enough, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. I'm going to tell mine. I'm just going to kick it off here.
But I did well. Yeah.
Well,
of course you did.
You paid your penance for your ills, so you should have. I'm going to tell one. I'll kick the apple cart over here. So somebody, when the 2 years that I was in middle school, that I got shipped from the district down to the BOCES program in Briarcliff, there was a slew of kids from the high school, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 kids, and me as a middle schooler. I don't think there was anyone else in the middle school program down there. But there was a group of kids from Hen Hud, and we all took a short bus, if you will, down to Briarcliff to go to that program until Mr. LaValle turned up at Hen Hud and Marianne Schaefer, and then we were in. They managed all of us, and we were able to return to Hen Hud. In any case, there was a guy named John Burns who was from. He was on the bus with me. Really cool guy, partier, Verplanck guy, and man, I would love to sit down, have a coffee with John Burns, and hear about all the wildness and craziness that went on in the late 70s and early 80s in Verplanck, and some of the wild parties that he was involved in. The guy looked so cool. The long hair, mustache, looked like a little bit like maybe somebody from Foreigner or Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath. Really cool looking guy. I would love to sit down with John Burns and speak with him, find out what went down when I was just a wee middle schooler. So,
cool.
T-Bell.
Tough question.
I'm not going to ask you easy one. No softballs here, Coach. Okay.
I was originally thinking Coach Aaron's. Now 3 or 4 years ago, I had an opportunity to talk to him. I got his number from Kenny Sherman, and Coach Aaron's was an interesting guy. We weren't allowed to call him Coach; it was Mr. Aaron's.
Interesting.
Everything was like, he's like, I'm not a coach. What are you? He was a strict guy, but he also had a really interesting sense of humor. But he was a great coach, man. And I would say him maybe, but then I don't know. Maybe like I keep in touch with Danny Markham once in a while. Not enough. Maybe Danny get out to Indiana or wherever the hell he is now, Illinois. I think Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'd probably say Coach Aaron, Danny Markham. I guess I don't know.
It would be fitting if Dan Markham lived in the shadow of Larry Joe Bird, wouldn't it?
I tell you, Dan would be a great guy for you to get on. He's in the middle of writing a book right now.
I'll bring him on, man. I want Dan. Do you think I haven't reached out to Danny?
Oh, I bet.
I've reached out to everybody. I reached out to Fuzz.
Traveling like every state in America, going to churches and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing that. Yeah, he was
I can't wait to read it.
Me, and we were going to try to get together, but I think he's so busy. But I've seen a couple of the videos he's put out. That's just amazing.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
My ex-boss, the guy who helped me get the job that I have now, is a devout Catholic. He's actually from Mayapack, of all places. And I'm going to get him that book when Danny writes that book for sure. So,
yeah, I'm definitely going to buy it for my sister.
Yep, a must. Paul Lackus, if you were to sit down with somebody that you remember from your years, be it Furnace Woods, I heard everything couldn't come in. It was my fault. Thanks. Okay, yeah. Trisha Colt giving me a mea culpa that she's not on the show. If you would, Paul, somebody you remember from either Furnace Woods or Blue Mountain that you would want to sit down and have a coffee with.
The only name that comes to my mind that I remember is Mr. Cousins.
Oh, wow. Mr. Cousins from Furnace Woods.
That's the only That's the only person I remember.
He was cool, man. I remember him. Cool guy. The short sleeve dress shirts. Yeah, man. Yep. Kind of a bigger fella.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that gave us that stupid instructions test.
What?
An instruction test. You had it was all these math problems that we hadn't even learned yet. And then he said, but you had to read it. The instructions said to read every question.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last question on the back of the page was just turn the page over, sign your name, and then turn your paper over. And we're all sitting there trying to do the math because it was a quiz. And there was like one person in the whole class who turned it over, did it right.
Oh gosh.
Oh man, this definitely brings back some memories of other tests. Like there was a railroad test where you weren't supposed to even put your name on it until you were told to put your name, all that kind of stuff. And if you did and you already had it filled out, you failed. So yeah, no, that's really good. That's really good. I think we got to everybody. Stu, did you give us one?
I did.
Who did you give us? I forgot.
The McAlpin brothers from.
You said you met them when you first came over from Scotland, right? You came to.
No. When I first moved here from Mount Kisco to Peekskill, that's when I met them. They lived in Patricia Gardens. They were my neighbors.
McAlpin. Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, Mike was a year younger than us, I think, and Pat was a year older, maybe 2 years older. I can't remember.
So yeah, I'm trying to think if I remember them. I didn't even know you lived in Mount Kisco. How long were you there?
So when we moved here from Scotland, we moved to Mount Kisco. Lived in Mount Kisco for probably 6 months, and then moved to Bedford Hills.
Woo! Hey, buddy.
This is if there was a bad size of Bedford Hills, we found it somehow. And lived there for about 6 months, and then moved to Peekskill. I was very nomadic when I was a child. I can honestly say that I lived in many homes.
Sounds like it.
Were you living in Tommy Mottola's garden or something, like in the like the Onion Club?
It's funny because I will tell you, when you drive on like the strip in Mount Kisco where all the stores are, you know, where the McDonald's is and all the big stores. So when you drive on that, like you drive into Bedford Hills, and it was the first house on the right as you're going into Bedford Hills. So it was sort of still in Mount Kisco, but it was just barely in Bedford Hills. It was hysterical. But,
road trip.
Yeah, I still see that house every once in a while when I drive by.
Road trip to Stewart's place. So, okay, one idea coming up is we're about to close the show here, but one idea coming up I was thinking about for this summer that Christine and I did the first time I came back. We took a ride up to Woodstock, to the original site, and it's on a sunny afternoon. It's a very inspiring place. Whether you walk through the museum real quick, but just being out on the grounds it's really a phenomenal thing. So if you guys do want to do either a Friday or a Saturday trip or something like that, when I come back, let's go up to Woodstock and spend an hour or so on their grounds, and then come back before our evening festivities. Does that sound good to anybody except me? Okay, guys, sounds great. All right, great show.
I'm up for a road trip.
All right, there, Paige Miller.
I'll be there for a road trip. Paige is there, man. She's reliable. She's your girl.
Okay. Wait, hey, before I want to know if somebody from Annapolis is finna come up in the third week of August.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I might be up there around the Easter time frame, but that might be just a quick little in and out with my family. But yeah, I definitely,
yeah. I mean, you come, you're gonna be able to stay.
So,
Jilly.
You know me. I'm fly by night. You might see me, and then you might not. I come and go.
Well, I love it. It has a very Count Dracula kind of a vibe to it. You may fly in, who knows? Maybe we'll see you. There's a cape, and I don't know. Anyway, I'll tell you what. This was a great first episode of Making Waves. We are at now live. Of course, I was remiss in going live on time, so we're at 1:07:35. But in actuality, it's been an hour and 13 minutes that we've been on air. So you see how quickly it can go. Next time we're going to have, we may do Mr. LaValle. We may do the young lady who does the weather forecast, Marissa McGuire, the Hen Hud weather forecast. I don't know how old she is. I think she's in her 20s. Karissa Charles knows her. So I think that's a great service that she's doing. So that next episode, any of you can come on any episode and interact with a guest. So let me just throw that out there. So, final comments, Stuart.
I thought this was a lot of fun, as always, seeing everybody's faces, talking about our lives at Hen Hud, and I look forward to many more.
Tommy!
Yeah, Dave, thanks for everything, and Stu and Diane, you guys are doing a great job with it. Paige and Paul, good to see you guys. I got really good news this week. My last day of teaching will be April 8th. 33 years in the books.
Wow.
South Carolina, baby.
I finally get to make the move for good. No more playing ping pong back and forth and going back, but so yeah, I'm done. This is it. So, but this has been awesome. And Dave, again, you're the glue to it, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. It's an honor to be your classmate along with the rest of these folks.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me. So, and also maybe you can get an accurate count of those sweatshirts as you pack up before
I
you
will
move
count
south.
them up for
So,
you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Paul, closing comments, sir.
Oh no, I'm glad you're doing this. This is freaking awesome. And I'm just so happy to be able to meet up with all these old people and
Hey.
Hey.
When you say old
We're
people, you
all
mean Stuart,
basic.
right? I get it.
And if I
Understood.
hear one more person
Understood.
who's retiring, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, I'm not. I've got about 9 years to go.
I'm not
Don't worry,
retiring.
Mila!
I can't retire, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
never
just want to say
retiring.
thank you guys. It's been great. I'm glad to be part of this show and watching you guys. It's been a fun hour and 15 minutes. So many more.
Thank you. Yes, next month we'll
Yes.
do this again. The architect of this whole thing, Diane Malice.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Dave is such a great coach, and he's lovely.
Yeah.
He's really kind of pushed this along. I think it's fabulous. I'm really enjoying seeing everyone and connecting with them online through text, just finding out what they're doing. It's exciting. I really love you all. It's so great to see you, and I'm glad everyone's doing well. And peace out until next time.
Take care, guys.
I love you guys. For the Hen Hud Class of 85, for Diane, Stewart, Tom, Paige, and Paul Lackus, this is Dave saying peace out, one love, and we'll see you down the road.
All right.
Love you
Later,
guys.
babe.
See you later.
Bye. Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.